Day.
I have a lot of these coming, right? Yeah. That's
Are we
great.
ready? All right. Well, good morning, Detroit, and welcome to the celebration and ribbon cutting of the Charlotte. My name is Camille Walker-Banks. I'm the Executive Director of LISC Detroit. And Detroit LISC is a local organization that is a part of the Local Initiative Support Corporation network that includes 38 offices in urban and rural communities across the country. LISC mission is to forge resilient and inclusive communities of opportunity across America. The goal is that every low-income community has a chance to thrive. LISC equips struggling communities with capital, the strategy, and the know-how to become places where people can thrive. As we prepare for life post-pandemic, there are many Detroiters who were housing insecure before the pandemic who were further set back, negatively affected by the event and becoming even more vulnerable. And creating long-term affordable housing is foundational to ensuring healthy places for families to thrive and grow. And our response is the Detroit Housing for the Future Fund, a resource that is available to real estate developers designed to encourage investment in affordable housing, new, preserved, and rehabbed multiple family housing units. Detroit Housing for the Future, also known as DHFF, is a private investment fund that launched in 2022. The fund aimed at directing $50 million in capital to affordable housing in Detroit, anchored by a $15 million commitment from JP Chase and a guarantee from the Kresge Foundation. DHFF is managed by LISC Detroit, LISC Strategic Investments, and is a part of the larger Affordable Housing Leverage Fund, an initiative that the City of Detroit's Housing and Revitalization Department leads. DHFF deploys flexible loan capital and private grants to complement and leverage public investment through the City of Detroit and the Michigan State Housing Authority, as well as tax credits and other affordable housing finance tools. For more information on funding opportunities, please visit www.detroithousingforthefuturefund.org. And to date, the Housing Fund has 7 deals closed, 3 with developers of color grants. The goal is to ensure equitable development opportunities and support for anyone looking to play a role in our goal to create and preserve affordable housing in Detroit. 269 units have been completed or are in progress right now, with 246 units below 80% area median income. $14 million in debt and preferred equity has been invested in Detroit development projects to date, and 7 more opportunities to celebrate like this will be happening between now and the end of the year. The DHFF program is being duplicated across the city, or across the country, and it's due to the impact, the partnership structure, and the successes that we've shown in Detroit. So I am thankful to developers Tom Adderton and Adam Knoll of the Charlotte Detroit LLC for this beautiful, beautiful space, this investment in my neighborhood, my old neighborhood. And with that, I would like to introduce you to George Ashton of LISC Fund Development, the president of LISC Fund Development. George came in from Washington, D.C. specifically for this celebration. George leads about 70 funds across the country with an impact of about $1 billion to invest, including the DHFF resource. So with that, I would love to introduce you to George Ashton, LISC Fund Management.
Thank you. Good morning. This mic, I'm gonna have to make it a little taller for me. Happy to be here, excited to be here. My team, as Camille said, is the Registered Investment Advisor. We really support the Detroit office. They are the feet on the ground. They know who to invest with great partners like Tom and Adam, where to invest in wonderful neighborhoods like this, and how to get the most impact for our dollars. So it's been an exciting partnership. I also want to thank the city for their impactful partnership. So Mayor Michael Duggan and the Housing Revitalization Department as well. It's been an amazing partnership, and that's how projects like this come together. I made the trip today from DC because of the weather. No, actually, the weather here is nicer, but it wasn't because of the weather. It's because the Charlotte is a very special project to this effort. It's the first project completed since the launch of the fund in 2020, but more importantly to me, it actually makes a very strong statement about affordable housing. That statement is that affordable housing does not have to look substandard. If you look at this building, it's beautiful. We'd all love to live in a neighborhood like this, in a building like this, but yet and still it's affordable. So the fund, in concert with Tom and Adam, and very important thanks to our investors like Flagstar and Chase, and other investors as well, is a critical part of a team that transformed a formerly blighted and vacant building. I mean, Tom and Adam tell me there was a hole in the roof you could see through the window out to the great sky there. Transferred that building shell that was basically set up for being demolished into what we have here today. 28 livable, affordable units. And that's the promise we want to keep to low-income families and communities in Detroit. Because housing is not just about a physical structure over your head. It's about having a place where you feel safe, respected, and a sense of pride. I hear we're also working on a second project nearby, so we're excited about that. As Camille said, the Housing Fund has been an incredible success and is being copied around the country. I've never seen uptake like this for a new source of capital in the market. We have 5 similar structures. Out of the $50 million that's raised, $14 million closed, $19 million in closing, and another $15 or $20 million in due diligence. So if you add that up, we're definitely getting there. There were questions about whether or not this would be successful, questions about whether or not leveraging private capital for the mission of affordable housing would work. I think we've answered those questions. It's working. Money is flowing out to the communities that need it. And so we're excited about having this pilot or experiment that worked, and then scaling it to do more. So in cooperation with the city and our local corporate citizens, we are excited about the next phase of this, because the cost of housing continues to rise faster than wages, which, as you know, decreases affordability. And every family deserves a beautiful place, a beautiful, safe place to call home. Thank you.
Thank you, George. So next, it is with gratitude for an impactful partnership rooted in a collective mission, and it is my honor to invite the Mayor of the City of Detroit to the podium, Mayor Mike Duggan.
Well, 3 years ago, when I approached LISC about the idea of setting up this Housing Future Fund and went to people like Flagstar Bank and JP Morgan Chase and the Kresge Foundation, the others, and said, what if we put together a $50 million fund to do these projects? Because we can see what's happening in the city. As people are moving back, rents are going to go up. There's going to be pressure, and we need to act intentionally as a city to make sure our longtime residents always have quality housing. We weren't sure how it was going to work out, but I was really pleased how quickly we raised the money. I've been extremely pleased with the way LISC has administered the program, and this is what we had in mind. This apartment building sat empty for 10 years. You got a nice neighborhood here, staring at a vacant apartment building for a decade. And instead of in other cities where somebody might have come in here and put this at market rate that would not have been affordable to anybody in this area, we were able to partner in this way to create 28 permanently affordable units so that folks from Detroit can live in quality housing in the neighborhoods and stay in Detroit. LISC has got 7 projects going. We've got a lot more to come, but every single time we take one of these vacant apartment buildings and turn it into affordable housing, we've strengthened the entire neighborhood. And so for Tom and Adam and the whole team, I just wanted to be here to say congratulations and introduce my partner in all of the affordable housing initiatives, Council President Mary Sheffield.
Thank you and good morning. As the City Council President and District 5 representatives for this district, I have to say that I am extremely proud to be here to open this beautiful facility that I know Detroiters will absolutely love. I want to first thank the Detroit Housing Future Fund and all of the private money that has been poured into this fund. You know, one of the things that I've realized on council is that we fight extremely hard day in and day out for affordable housing, but we do have limited funds. The government can only do so much. And so partnerships like this with the business community, our local banks, and institutions is extremely important to uplift and elevate the lives of Detroiters. And so I want to thank everyone who has contributed to this fund that directly addresses the needs of Detroiters. I also want to thank the Charlotte development team for this building. From my understanding, they are also offering rents that are below the 80% AMI level. And so they're going above and beyond to address the needs and ensure that Detroiters have access and inclusion in this facility. I am truly grateful that we as a city are understanding the needs of Detroiters around housing insecurity and making sure that Detroiters have access to safe quality housing. And so I could not be more proud as the City Council President and the representative for this district and someone who has fought extremely hard for affordable housing. I believe that everyone, no matter your race, your income, or your age, that you should have access and opportunity to safe, quality, affordable housing in every sector of this city. And today is an attest to that. And I just want to say congratulations and thank you for bringing this beautiful development to District 5. And with that being said, I think we're going to bring up, is Julie Schneider here? Yes. Oh, hey, Director Schneider.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Like many of you today, when I walked up today to this building, I was impressed. It's a beautiful building. It felt like a place like anyone would want to call home. I'm happy to be here today to celebrate the opening of this building, the welcoming of the residents. I would like to congratulate the development team, Tom Anderton, Adam Knoll. I'd like to congratulate LISC, both the national and local office, and the entire project team. So we're celebrating the opening of this building today, but we've also talked about this being the first project completed through the Detroit Housing for the Future Fund. So when this initiative was envisioned, the purpose was to expand the ways that affordable housing was created by adding a new option that wasn't dependent upon scarce federal funding. Every year we get about $5 to $7 million a year. It costs about $350,000 to develop an affordable housing unit. It is a scarce resource. We needed to expand the resources that were available. At that time, we were one of the first in the country to develop this type of fund, and launching it wasn't an easy initiative. I want to congratulate and thank all of those that were involved and made that happen, the local LISC team, Tara Ziegler, Camille Walker-Banks, Brandon Ivory, Vic Abla, from HRD, Keegan Mahoney, who really spearheaded this effort from HRD, as well as Kelly Vickers and Donald Rencher, and the fund investors. You know, when we were working on this, there were lots of questions about could we deploy, could the concept work? I think being here today, being with the residents today, celebrating this ribbon cutting really proves that this concept can work. Can't wait for the 7 other projects that we have, and we'll celebrate soon, and the others along the way. So thank you very much for being here. It's a beautiful day and a beautiful building. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. It's been an honor working with you and your team. So next, I would like to introduce the developers, the gentleman who had the vision here and made the investment that was needed to bring this beautiful, high-quality apartment complex back to life. So I would like to bring up Tom Anderton and Adam Knoll, Charlotte Detroit LLC.
Thank you very much. My name is Adam Noel, and it's my business partner, Tom Anderton, and we have been working together in this area for almost 7 years now. What started as just one single-family home in Boston Edison that I moved home back to the Detroit area from has turned into 200 and some apartments that we work on in this very specific area. We're very proud to be the first group to finish a project working with LISC and the DHFF. This project was the first project we ever looked at. 7 years ago, this building was absolutely run down. It was on the demo list for the city of Detroit. And when we looked at it, we realized that this was probably too big of a project for us. But after a couple years and some hard work and getting our hands dirty and learning how this is done, we've continued to build our group and our Rolodex of great high-quality contractors to rebuild this project for this community. We're absolutely dedicated to working in this area between the Lodge and Woodward and off of Boston Edison, which I believe is one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in the country. We're very lucky to have found DHFF and to have them help us continue to bring people to this community and help revigorate it. It's so nice to see families and people with pets and everything else walking around and being able to bring in hardworking people into affordable homes that are to the standards of anything that you may find downtown or in the neighborhoods. We've outfitted the building with granite countertops, all new appliances, all new electric, plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and the like. And we've done it in a way that we think is beautiful for the tenant and also something that most Detroiters can afford. And that means a lot to us as we continue to try to develop and work in this very specific neighborhood in this area of Detroit. We want to thank DHFF, LISC, and the city of Detroit and everybody else that's here today to help us open this building. This has been a long time coming, and we're very proud and very happy to have everyone here. I'd be remiss to not thank a lot of the people that have helped us throughout the years, whether that's our architect at Infuse, our electrician, 2-Ton Electric, Page Plumbing, Page's Neighborhood Plumbing, and a number of other contractors that have been with us throughout the years with a lot of different projects. And our management team, Timeless Properties Detroit and Modern City. And so I just want to say thank you again to everybody. We'd like to also introduce one of our first tenants. Cheryl Anderson is going to say a couple words.
Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to take a little bit of your time to just give a review on my time here at the Charlotte. Honestly, since I moved into this building, it's honestly just been like a peace of mind for me. It's beautiful to just see the hard work and dedication of other people, whether they stay in the city or not, to come and actually bring like affordable housing to our community, because even within the city of Detroit, we have so many homes that are like outdated or overpriced, and this building specifically is neither one of those. It's so beautiful. It gives you just like a homey feeling, even just like this whole front patio here, like, you know, like a big, instead of like a front door and you're walking into like a huge building with other people, it's like different doors you can walk in, you know, and then we have like a whole community here as far as college students. Wayne State is like right down the street. So even besides college students, we have other people as far as like my age group that can come here and start a life, start a new home. They don't have to get thousands and thousands of dollars to fix a big home up, and they can actually come here and have like a nice modern, you know, space. And even before finding my unit, honestly, it was so hard for me to find something that just felt right. Like when I came here and I looked at this building, I was like, this is right for me. Like it fit like a glove. I'm like, where do I sign up? Sign me up right now. I'm ready to move in tomorrow. But even being a kid and growing up on the east side of Detroit, I grew up on 7 Mile and Shaner, and I just always thought to start my life, I'm gonna have to go and move somewhere far. I'm gonna have to start, like, get a home somewhere, not that Detroit isn't the best, but like, we're greater than the best. We deserve the best. We deserve more. And I feel like even after the pandemic, before the pandemic, it's time to just make the city better than what we have ever saw it before, you know? It's time. But this building is a great example of what it looks like to just do a big turnaround. But that's all I wanted to say, and I appreciate you guys for listening, and I appreciate Timeless Properties for giving us this space, giving me this space, giving Detroit this space to, you know, make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. So I'd like to invite one of our investors to speak and bring remarks from the remaining investors, if not for Flagstar Bank. We don't know if this could have actually happened. So with that, I'd like to invite Lee Smith, the Executive President of Mortgage for Flagstar Bank.
Thank you, Camille. Good morning, everyone. I'm Lee Smith, President of Mortgage at Flagstar Bank. I'm the Chairman of the LISC Detroit Local Advisory Board. And as you heard, Flagstar is an investor in the Detroit Housing for the Future Fund. First of all, I just want to say what a proud moment this is and what a beautiful result we have before us here at the Charlotte. I want to thank the other investors for their contributions to bring high-quality, affordable housing to Detroit. So JPM, PNC, KeyBank, CIBC, the Kresge Foundation, and Citizens Bank. Tom, Adam, the developers, what a great job. Mayor Duggan, Mary, Julie, and Camille, I want to thank you for your support. And I think what this shows is how important teamwork is. When we all work collaboratively together, we can achieve outcomes like this. We're undoubtedly stronger together. It's important that we serve the communities that we operate in, particularly the underserved communities. And this is just the beginning of the journey. There's a lot more to come, and it's going to be very exciting as we continue on this path forward. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for your support and great effort.
So thank you for coming, and I'd like to also thank Brandon Ivory, Vic Abla for the work that you do in ensuring that developers are able to make things happen in the city. So thank you for your work and your efforts. With that, I'd like to open the floor for questions. Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about how many units are currently occupied, how many are open, and the best way that employers can apply?
Yeah, absolutely. So this building.
Come on up to the microphone here.
It's
It's your chance to sell, man.
There you go. All right. So we have 6 units are occupied right now, with the 7th moving in at the end of the month. We have 21 other units available. I believe we have 7 that are the 60% AMI level, and the rest being at the 80%. There's a lot of 2 bedrooms left. The 2 bedrooms are almost 1,000 square feet, about 9 something, and then the little bit smaller 2 bedroom around 850. You can visit us at www.timelesspropertiesdetroit.com, or if you're looking on Zillow, all of our units are listed. Yeah, under the Charlotte, yep. Our address again is 10210 2nd Ave.
You know, this is really the focus. We have got a lot of apartment units that have been abandoned in the city, 10, 20, 30, 40 units. And every single time, they drag down the adjoining neighborhoods. And so there is a huge investment in American Rescue Plan money, huge investment in the housing department funds, huge investment now in the Housing for the Future funds. But we are cataloging every single vacant apartment building in this city that we believe is salvageable. And we're going to try to find more and more ways to do this. And LISC has proven that this could move 7 projects that you guys have in the pipeline. We just did the announcement a day or two ago over on Mound Road with, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 units. How many? 30 units over on Mound Road. You drive by it, you might never have noticed it. They saved it, renovated it in that east side neighborhood. We're just going to keep doing this. Anything else?
That depends on the actual project, so they vary. But one of the things that we ensure with DHFF that any of the developers and that approach that fund and want to utilize that fund have to commit to providing affordable housing, at least 80%. But our sweet spot is 40 to 60%. So they know coming into this fund, if they want to access that resource, they have to be committed to providing affordable, beautiful, safe housing. So it varies. Any other questions? Well, let's get to the fun part. Let's do our ribbon cutting exercise.